A view of the beaches in paradise as Sarasota returns home for the first time in nearly a month as they will host Miami FC, a USL Championship side that is still alive in the Prinx USL Cup. We've got a fun one today here on ESPN+. Let's take a look at the Group 7 standings. You see the Tampa Bay Rowdies, they've already won the Group 7. Even if they lose to FC Naples today and Miami FC matches them on 9, the head-to-head is what matters. Tampa Bay beat Miami earlier. Sarasota eliminated, but Miami is not. That's why you don't see the E. A chance to clinch a wild card spot. They're going to need 3 points, and they're going to need a lot of goals to solidify themselves as that one wild card team. A look at Sarasota in their last Prinx USL Cup game. It was a 2-0 win against their rival 90 Minutes South FC Naples. Declan Waters got it going with the header. Ethan Bryant, a little flick on to O'Dwyer, who found the back of the net to secure the 2-0 Sarasota win. That did not help them out in their quest for the wild card spot. They had already been eliminated. Now, we talked about that head-to-head that Tampa Bay had overtime player Eloy Room. 20 saves in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. He had 15 saves versus Ecuador. That's the most in FIFA World Cup history during a 90-minute performance. An incredible World Cup for Room. He's going to be looking to bring back to Sarasota to try and get Miami into the one wild card spot in the Prinx USL Cup. A spot in the wild card up for grabs, and Miami FC has their eyes set on it. Can Sarasota play spoiler, or will Miami FC advance to the wild card? Tune in next on ESPN+.
Eclipsing the sparkle of jewels and beyond collecting art. True luxury is not a thing acquired or a status to declare. Real, meaningful luxury is a feeling discovered. The opulence of spirit. The relaxed, resplendent luxury of the Sarasota area. Feel the difference.
Planning to move? Choose Pods, the most awarded container moving company. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Pods brings the container to you. Keep it as long as you like and pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure Pod storage center until you need it. And best of all, you don't have to do the driving. Trust Pods with your next move. Book at pods.com today.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, things are really heating up. Celebrations are taking shape. Memories are sinking in. At the ranch, we're taking swings and making strides, letting loose and living well. Now it's your turn. Plant those roots. Rekindle. Rejoice. Shine bright. This is where bold days begin.
For nearly 5 decades, the Nicholas family of companies has shaped the communities where we live, work, and gather. We build what communities depend on. We drive automotive spaces forward. We generate opportunities through development. We power sports and recreation venues. And we create unforgettable memories. This is more than business. It's family.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pods Moving and Storage. Trust Pods with your next move. Six changes for Sarasota, highlighted by Adam Kent, who makes his first start with Sarasota after coming off the bench versus FC Naples in the last USL Cup game. McLaughlin leads at the top with Amadeka getting his 3rd straight Cup game between the sticks. Only Only a few changes for Miami FC. Room will still be in the sticks after his incredible World Cup performance, with his international teammate Vicaria inserted into the lineup, as this offense will need everyone today, as goals for will have a massive impact on if Miami advances to the wild card of the Prinx Towers USL Cup. Currently right now, Miami FC sits at 6 points. They're also at 6 goals for, and that goals for is super important. There are a boatload of teams on or at about 6 points. Some have 7, some have 5, but a majority are at 6. Miami is at the top with those goals for. They need some help elsewhere. They don't control their own destiny, but they can put themselves in a really, really good position if they can score a bunch of goals. 6 goals for, you're probably looking at maybe having to have about 3 or 4. You see a very attack-heavy lineup in for Miami FC, and during our conversation earlier this week with the head coach of Miami, Gaston Madoni, he mentioned that the team's finishing in the final third has to be better. It has to be more clinical. It's been a glaring issue that they just have not been able to clean up. Says those last couple of games could have gone a lot differently and they should have scored a lot more goals, but they just have not been converting. And in a game like today, they will have to convert. Every goal matters. And while Sarasota is eliminated, it always is a little extra fuel to be able to knock somebody out of the competition. You see Chandler O'Dwyer there, longtime USL 1 vet. As we are about to get set in paradise. A massive day in the Prinx Towers USL Cup. Saw Spokane Velocity end on 9 points, and they'll be watching this game closely. They're at 9 points, but also 6 goals for. They had a very important goal in the last second of their game against Oakland. But a Miami win today would essentially knock Spokane out, but there's so many scenarios to pick and choose from. It's near impossible to really come up with these scenarios on how can this wild card come about. There's still 4 groups left to decide. Only 2 have been decided. Group 7, the group we are in right now, is already decided. The Tampa Bay Rowdies won Group 7 after they beat Miami FC on May 16th. A game nearly 2 months ago. Tampa Bay will be playing FC Naples in Naples. But we're here in Sarasota, and a lot of business is to be dealt with. Underway. Addison Refsco with you here for the full 90 and whatever may come. And we've already mentioned it, the massive implications of this game. Miami looking for a spot in the Prinx Towers USL Cup playoffs. And again, although they could finish even on points with Tampa Bay, due to the head-to-head, Tampa Bay does hold the tiebreaker and therefore already has clinched. So a lot of scoreboard watching and such to be done. And when we talked to head coach Gaston Madoni earlier this week, he mentioned that they'll be checking in on games. Mentioned the Brooklyn one as a game that their analytics guy down on the field will be just letting them know in their ear what's happening, because it is important, especially late in the game if Miami is up and they need to score. Every goal matters. Here's Toller. intercepted by Kruger. And dispossessed nicely. There's nuts on. Dwyer. Now Pedersen sort of back into the cup lineup. Now McLaughlin. And it's going to set up the first corner of the game. A little bit of confusion, but it ultimately will be a corner kick. Corner kicks are brought to you by Saramana. Saramana, let us manage your technology. Here's Ethan Bryant, the 2022 USL League One Young Player of the Season. (15 appearances in the USL Championship, along with 2 in the MLS. Low corner. This one sent away. And out for a Sarasota throw. Roberto Burlu, his first professional season. Spent some time with Sarasota in their USL 2 days last season. Burlu got his first goal of the USL 1 campaign back in the month of June against Avialta as a foul's called. And a free kick awarded to Miami FC. Diaz. Now Torrey. Back to Tulu. This Sarasota side has started to find their rhythm defensively. We're starting to see the fruits of it here at the early stages of this game, as a foul is to be called against Miami FC. Back-to-back clean sheets for Sarasota. This is a defense that in League One play has not had it easy to start the season. They're among the top in the league in goals allowed. Went on the road on June 20th to Corpus Christi and allowed 4 goals. And I talked to head coach Mika Elevara earlier this week, and I asked him what changed during those 13 days off that Sarasota had, and he said nothing really. We stuck to our identity, and he's been very passionate about that, sticking to their identity, and the fruits have come from that. As that ricochets off the referee, as Pedersen will take it quickly. Only 0.6 expected goals from Richmond and Greenville in both of those games, but Sarasota was not able to find a goal in either of those games. So back-to-back 0-0 draws. Here comes Rocha. Plays this one off. Here's Lacadia. Just came back from the Curacao national team. What a World Cup run it was for them. Did not advance on to the knockout rounds, but a country that was not very well known. One of the smallest in the world. The smallest in Africa. And it's now well on the map. Tunbridge plays it back. This one chipped in. Controlled by Miami. Tried a give and go, was trying to find Sonora in the box. This one sent away out to Garrett McLaughlin. We touched on it in the open. Garrett McLaughlin trying to find his footing with this Sarasota side. With Sarasota's first ever signing. Only one goal on the season. A good chance here, but is sent wide. Lacadia not able to squeeze it into that left post. Orjan Lacadia, player with a wealth of experience. We just mentioned his one with the Curaçao national team. Also with Premier League experience with Brighton. One of the better sides in the Premier League as well. Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Guerrasine's immigration attorney, and we just touched on it. Build on your defensive identity. The Paradise have, again, started to find that, continue building that, continue sticking to your identity. And for Miami, we know how important the goals are. Score early. Get it out of your system. Get one in the book. And then pour it on. And you have to pour it on. Here's Adam Kend. His first professional start. Came on in the second half of the last Prinx Towers USL Cup game for Sarasota. From Boca Raton. Not that far away from Miami FC. And Adam Kend actually spent the summer of 2024 training with Miami FC during his off-season. So a little familiarity with Adam Kend. Battle on the ground. Arlu able to send it off to Declan Waters, who is a constant presence in the Sarasota lineup. Doesn't matter if it's a cup game or a USL League One game. He's almost a guarantee to be on the pitch. A guy that Mika Elavara praises so highly. Says he's, in his eyes, the best defender in USL League One. 10th minute of action. Miami FC trying to find a spot in the Prinx Towers USL Cup playoffs. Foul called against Rion Torrey. So a free kick here for Sarasota. Sarasota has been able to generate a lot of opportunities from free kicks this season. Scored at a very similar spot to open the 2-0 game against FC Naples, where Declan Waters was able to find the back of the net. Ethan Bryant gets set to take this. Loose. Sarasota still with it. Valentine there. Now Pedersen able to flick that on. Last touch by Reed Valentine, so a Miami throw. And advantage will be played, and now it will come back for a free kick. Guerrasines are industry leaders in visa processing for professional athletes. They work hard off the field for the players to succeed on it. Reach out today for your organization's consultation. Story. to them. We touched on it a little bit at the beginning of the broadcast, but the biggest question mark for Miami, obviously, we know they need to score goals, but that has been a problem. Gaston Madoni, in our conversation this week, really harped on multiple times how the finishing in the attacking third, the play in the attacking third, has to be better. Numerous questions were asked, and almost all of them were answered with a direct point back to the finishing in the attacking third. Here's a possible opportunity. Sent away. It was out for a goal kick after it deflected off a Miami player. Now we look at Roxon Amadeka, his third straight USL Cup start. Alex Sutton got the start against the Tampa Bay Rowdies, where he had double-digit saves. Amadeka has got the nod, and he's been getting a lot more consistent playing time. And head coach Miguel Navarro really loves his goalkeeping unit between Alex Sutton and Roxon Amadeka. Feels comfortable playing either of them at any time, and says the relationship that those two have is really special, that they are each other's biggest supporters. No chances so far through the first 13 minutes. Torrey sends this one down. Diaz. Torrey and Tulu back and forth. This one sent in, put right to Amadeka. You hear the Rocky chants come from the Helm supporter section of the Paradise, the nickname they have given Roxon Amadeka. McLaughlin places to Bryant, who crosses it in. Room doesn't have to do much, that just crosses right by. Played back to Room for his first touch of the game. Flicked on, Waters retreating. Good opportunity here for Miami. Taken down, it's a penalty. Declan Waters will say it was just outside. That was close. Reed Valentine the push, and it is in the box. It will be a penalty. And a wonderful chance for Miami now to open the scoring. Reed Valentine, who is a USL One young player to watch, only 20 years old. Came over from Texoma, who went back down to USL 2, and now a massive opportunity for Miami. A game where they must win. Going into the day, there was a scenario where they could win in a penalty shootout and advance. That opportunity is gone with Spokane to win. They need all three. This is a massive penalty early in this game. Miami strikes first. Mason Tunbridge. They'll need more, but Tunbridge gets the first for Miami. just got it past Amadeka. Amadeka guessed right, but was not able to make the save. And Tunbridge, who scored the only goal against the Tampa Bay Rowdies in that May 16th defeat 4-1, gets the opening goal against Sarasota. Miami now at 9 points. As we go to our first hydration break. Now you wonder if Gaston Madoni will begin peeking and asking his analytics guy, what's the score of the Brooklyn game? That game, the biggest of them all, with the implications it has with Miami. Every great play starts with the right intelligence. Playmaker AI, the future of soccer in your hands. And you are seeing an early substitution. Arthur Rogers was injured, so he will be replaced by Angelio Calfo. His third Prinx Terrace USL Cup appearance. Spent the 2025 season with Texoma, with Reed Valentine, who just committed the foul that led to the 1-0 scoreline due to the penalty converted by Mason Tunbridge. Sonora. Torrey. Tunbridge gets this one through to Lacadia. Pedersen's there. Nearly took it away. Miami FC also get it taken away. It looked as if another chance was blooming. Pedersen plays this one back to Amadeka. Now Kent. You can see the urgency from Miami. That one a little too much from Tunbridge. With Chandler O'Dwyer. Mason Tunbridge, who just converted that penalty, has been a real impact for this Miami FC side. And we mentioned his run with Texoma. He was a big part of that, with 16 goals during his time at Texoma. Is a large reason for a lot of their success. Here's Tulu. Battling, and possession nearly won by Miami. It goes back to Sarasota. Here's Valentine. Now to Tainio. Sarasota trying to find some quality possession. Just haven't found a way through this Miami defense so far, but they'll have a chance. So that is sent out of play for Sarasota throw. have only scored one goal since June 20th, and they haven't scored in open play since June 13th, their last home game against Union Omaha's. Get a picture of Eloy Rome, who is yet to be tested yet. The referee does not like something he sees in the box. Goes to have a conversation with the captain, Declan Waters. Declan Waters, a fiery player, and as the captain of this team, it's a privilege to talk to the referee. He is not shy about letting his feelings heard. Pedersen, a long wind up, falls nicely. Rome was able to make the save. It deflected back and then sent out. Eloy Rome picking right up where he left off in the World Cup. What a chance that was for Sarasota. Eloy Rome, obviously you know who he is now, but how many people did before his run with Carousel? And he's already ready for the 2030 World Cup. He said that he got a taste of it and already wants to go back. He said most importantly, despite any good performances that he had, their goal going into that World Cup was to put their country on the map, and boy did Eloy Rome do that with his performance against Ecuador. And when he came back, after only 4 days rest following their elimination from the group stage, he said he expected the banter when he came back in the locker room as his teammates joked with him and said, "Surprised that you came back after having such a great performance." Caught the eye of many teams. Says that he treats every USL Championship game just like the World Cup as well. He's off to a strong start. Only one real test so far, and he made good of it. Chandler O'Dwyer gets that to Adam Kent. Now back to Valentine. Burlew sends us down. Bryant will give chase. He will take it away from Torrey. Bryant spins and gets this off to Burlew. Neal pushed down from behind, no whistle. Lisi able to get away with one. Referee didn't think so, and a throw for Miami. And sent down the pitch. Diaz right there, sends this in. Burlew able to shield off Tunbridge. And sends it out for a throw. As you see Tunbridge and Burlew embrace. Tunbridge not able to get around 3 Paradise defenders there. Burlew clears it down. Only as far as Calfo. Calfo. Snorri to Torrey. A nice ball in. Miami with another chance. Touch is too strong right there from Lacadia. Miami sticks with it. Lacadia fakes the pass in. Tunbridge. Crossed in and out for a corner. Miami continues to knock on the door. Sonora will go quickly. Tunbridge trying to get around, but Pedersen is there to send it out for another corner. '28th minute of action. Miami FC with a penalty scored by Mason Tunbridge. This one sent to the back post. Falling to Diaz. And it goes! What a strike from Diaz! Miami's up 2-0. And that goals for is beginning to look more promising than ever. Headed away, and a strike from outside the box. His first goal of 2026 in all competitions. Gerald Diaz plays for the Puerto Rican national team. Spent a lot of time in their system before being called up back in 2017. He makes good of that opportunity. Miami now up 2-0. Currently on the live table, 9 points with 8 goals for. There's Declan Waters. Long ball looking for McLaughlin. It falls to Ethan Bryant. Tainio. Pedersen across. McLaughlin just over the bar. Second good chance of the day for Sarasota, who in league play have really begun to find their footing. 4-2-2 in their last 8 games. And I talked to head coach Miguel Ibarra earlier this week, and Sarasota has played 18 games already, so they are already halfway done with their season. As here is Pedersen trying to weave around. Unable to keep it alive. Tulu was there to stand down that opportunity. And now Miami FC the other way. Tunbridge. Rocha trying to get around Burlew. Sent towards the middle again. Falls back. Rocha gives it a go. Miami FC just relentless attack. Tunbridge towards the back post, nobody there. That ball's right to Lacadia, now Tulu. Lacadia to the far side, sent in, And saved by Amadeka. Rocha not able to get a strong hit. No problem for Amadeka. Sarasota just yet to find that consistent possession. And we've touched on it. They have not scored in open play since June 13th. But head coach Miguel Ibarra is confident in this second half push for the playoffs. He says they're going to need to average around 2 points per match. That will put them right at about 46, which would be right at around the playoff line, he believes. He believes in this team, in this system. Thinks they have what it takes to make a playoff run. Miami another chance. Falls nicely! Another wonderful chance. Miami not able to make it 3. Miami also another side that believes in a playoff push. They are also at the halfway mark in their season. 15 games played for Miami FC. They're right on the playoff line right now at 8. Trying to clinch another playoff spot here today. Ethan Bryant with it though for Sarasota. Now Burlew. Burlew crosses this in. Adam Ken retreats. And resets with O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer found the back of the net in that 2-0 win over FC Naples last month. A game that was important for Sarasota and their fan base. And yet to win a battle for paradise. We're finally able to get over that hump. That is their next game. It does not come for another 19 days, or excuse me, 21 days. They will host FC Naples on August 1st. A lot of time off in July. Head coach Miguel Ibarra is going to take those 21 days and use them as a mini preseason for Sarasota. Says he would have preferred to not have the time off, but wants to take advantage of the time off since it is here. As Sarasota will try and craft up a change in momentum and more wins to get back in the playoff picture in USL League One. As McLaughlin has it now, a nice nutmeg. Still with it, McLaughlin sets up Bryant just outside the 18. Dispossessed, and now Miami will run. Here comes Miami. Clipped over. Lacadia. Now Tunbridge, he'll go for goal. Trying to chip it over Amadeka. Unable to do so. Goes out for a goal kick. Turning 65 or reviewing your Medicare coverage? Signature Medicare Solutions is here to help. Scan the QR code now to connect with a licensed expert and make sure you're getting the benefits you deserve. Amadeka. Waters. Possession back to Miami. Ulisi. Tulu not able to sneak that pass through. Now O'Dwyer. Poor pass intercepted. down for Malisi. Right in, Amadeka! It deflects in! Rocha makes it 3 for Miami. Talk about a lucky bounce for Rocha. Amadeka just down on the ground. You can see his face immediately go down. That is a goal that cannot be allowed. Goes right at him and he just cannot corral it. And Miami is up 3-0, and we are in the 38th minute. A goal from Tunbridge, a goal from Diaz, and now a goal from Rocha. And we talked about it earlier, the keys to the game, keep that defensive identity. Sarasota has not been able to do that so far. A rare touch for Room. Miami FC, they started fast. And now all that pressure's off and they're just go, go, go. They've had possession nearly the entire game. Taking their time, finding space throughout this defense. And Gassamadoni has to be pleased. All that talk throughout the week of we have to be able to finish in the final third, and that they have done. Another chance looms. Saved by Amadeka. It was nearly 4. Chance after chance. Sonora. Tunbridge. Malisi out for a corner. You're just seeing Miami able to take their time and find the open space. And Amadeka with his best save of the night, and he's had to make a couple. It was just left one-on-one. He's able to keep it out and stop this from going to a 4-0 game, still in half number 1. Tunbridge towards the back post. Amadeka able to go up and grab it, make the necessary catch. Sends this down. Ethan Bryant's there. What a nice pass that was for Amadeka. What can Bryant make of it? Ethan Bryant goes out for a corner. Corner kicks for the Paradise are brought to you by Saramana. Saramana, let us manage your technology. This is a spot Sarasota has excelled in at creating corner kicks. Among the top in USL League One. See if they can make something of this. No waste an effort. That goes on top of the goal. Out for a goal kick. Want more Paradise Soccer? Scan the QR code on screen now or visit sarasotaparadise.us and grab your tickets before they're gone. Not going to want to miss that next Sarasota Paradise home game. Battle for Paradise. It is a season decider as well. FC Naples won the first meeting in league play back in April. Sarasota got the best of Naples 2-0 in the Prinx Towers USL Cup. They meet one final time on August 1st. FC Naples firing their coach, Matt Pullen, yesterday morning. Such a strong start to the season for Naples, but we're in a massive slide, still are in a massive slide. They were atop of the table when they beat Sarasota back on April 11th. Sarasota is now ahead of FC Naples in the standings today. Only by 1 point, but the point is clear that FC Naples felt they had to go a different direction. 43rd minute here, Miami FC leads 3-0. And all 3 goals are important. Again, they will still need help elsewhere. But they are putting themselves in a position to be by far and away the best side with 9 points. And you're not going to see a let up from Miami either. This is a coaching staff that said they really respect Sarasota, and they wouldn't dare to purposely run up the score, but they noted how important it is, and if other results are going a certain way and it's late in the game, they acknowledge that they obviously have to do what is necessary. Here's Tulu. Diaz, who scored the 2nd goal of the game. Now Torrey. Break nearly on for Sarasota. Ty Neal gets it deflected and taken away. Give and go that ends on the foot. Malisi. Crossing the box is dealt with, but Miami FC able to stick with possession. Lacadia. Joel Sonora gave it a go, but does not test on Madeka. Two minutes of stoppage time. We'll see if Sarasota can take some momentum going into the break. You see Mika Elavara chatting with his assistant coach, Trevor Sinclair, and probably jotting down things in his notebook. Mika Elavara likes to jot down things on a super tiny notebook, and he says it's one of the most important things that he utilizes to take into halftime and talk to his team. It's how he remembers things. He says that writing things down is the best way to remember something, and says that that notebook and writing those things down and the talks that they've given at halftimes has led to multiple good second half performances from Sarasota this season. And they are going to need a really good second half performance if they want to claw their way back. A side that has come back, though, from more than a 2-goal deficit at halftime this season. That came back on March 14th when they were down 2-0 at halftime to Fort Wayne. Ty Neo gave it a go, but deflected and cleared away. Our referee will have us go back for something. It will be a Sarasota throw. Looks as if we have an injured Miami FC player Tulu down on the pitch. Able to be helped up. Tulu, a guy with a lot of USL Championship experience. Recently played with Memphis 901. One last chance for Sarasota. Over the minimum of 2. And that will do it. Well, a picture-perfect start for Miami FC. 3-0 the score at halftime. 9 points in the live table, 9 goals for. That's the important number. Do not go anywhere, because every goal in this Prinx Towers USL Cup matters. Miami FC is not done yet. Nothing is finalized. They need goals. Miami FC with goals from Tunbridge, Diaz, and Rocha. They're up 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We've got those all-important scores from around the league coming up. Miami up big. Welcome back into paradise, where Miami FC leads 3-0 over Sarasota in this all-important Prinx Towers USL Cup match.
"42 clubs in the USL Championship and League One will form 7 groups filled out by region. Each club will play 4 group matches, and when the dust settles, the 7 group winners will advance along with 1 wildcard team, not 2 wildcards like last year. The remaining 8 clubs will be drawn into 4 quarterfinal matches with 1 stipulation: the wildcard cannot be drawn against its group winner. The 4 quarterfinal winners will then be drawn for the semifinal round, with the 2 finalists drawn to determine the host for the Prinx Towers USL Cup final.
This week on USL All Access, the King of the Queen City joins us to talk about how he's been able to maintain consistency even with the change in modern times. And that's right, Prinx Towers Cup is back, baby. 21 of 42 teams still have an opportunity to grab one of the 8 coveted spots in the quarterfinal. We'll break all the scenarios down for you. This is USL All Access, available exclusively on the USL YouTube page.
The past 50 years have been fantastic for Sarasota. What have we been doing? Well, we specialize in Ricoh printer copier scanners, managed IT services, software for cost recovery, fleet management, and hydration solutions. Sarasota, let our family work hard for your business.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines. Last week in the championship, New Mexico United extended its league unbeaten streak to 5 matches with a 2-1 victory over Oakland Roots in front of more than 14,800 fans, the 4th largest crowd in franchise history. New Mexico's Christian Nava scored his first goal since the 2022 season, a remarkable comeback for a player that battled through 2 knee injuries over a 2-year period. Tonight we close out group play in the Prinx Tires USL Cup, and 8 clubs will head to the quarterfinals. You can watch that quarterfinal draw on the USL's YouTube channel on Monday the 13th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. USL is also gearing up for a national TV audience on Saturday the 18th. The title holders in the championship, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, host last season's Player Shield winners, Louisville City. That's a noon Eastern kickoff on CBS. And 2 more matches on CBS Sports Net. Sporting Jackson, Pittsburgh on the 15th. 2 days later, it's AC Boise and Portland Hearts of Pine. This is the USL Studio Halftime Update. I'm Dan Lucas. Now let's get you back out to your match.
Welcome back on in. Miami FC 3, Sarasota Paradise 0. Let's take a look at some of those scores around the league. Miami fans, that Spokane Velocity result was not necessarily what you wanted, but it doesn't really matter if you hang on due to the amount of goals for. Rhode Island and Brooklyn are tied 1-1. Now that matters. That is a good result. You want that to stay at 1-1. Let somebody win in penalties. If that holds and 3-0 holds, Miami's going to be above whatever team would end up with 9. Cosmos lead 1-0. Hartford Athletic 2-1 over Westchester. Pittsburgh with the 1-0 win, and then 90 minutes down south and do not go anywhere. Second half action coming from Paradise. Miami FC with a playoff spot in the Prinx Towers USL Cup on the line. They're up 3-0 now.
In this place, strength means something different. It means us all being together. And doing our thing. You can look all you want, but there's still no place like this place.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, things are really heating up. Celebrations are taking shape. Memories are sinking in. At the ranch, we're taking swings and making strides, letting loose and living well. Now it's your turn. Plant those roots. Rekindle. Rejoice. Shine bright. This is where bold days begin.
In Sarasota, high school sports are more than games. They're packed stands, overtime wins, and moments we'll never forget. This is high school sports, and it lives here. We've got the scores, the highlights, the stars, and the stories that matter to families and fans. Because these are our schools, our teams, our pride. Follow every play, every win, every unforgettable moment. Visit htpreps at heraldtribune.com.
For nearly 5 decades, the Nicholas family of companies has shaped the communities where we live, work, and gather. We build what communities depend on. We drive automotive spaces forward. We generate opportunities through development. We power sports and recreation venues. And we create unforgettable memories. This is more than business. It's family.
Take a look at the beautiful sunset in Sarasota, Florida. Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Take a look at the first half highlights. Started with that penalty. Laconia taken down by Reed Valentine. Waters said it was just outside. Referee said no. Tunbridge said yes. Got it past Amadeka. Amadeka guessed right. Wasn't able to save it. 27th minute. Miami FC, another chance. It falls to Diaz. And Diaz somehow gets it through a flurry of Paradise defenders. Makes it 2-0. 9 minutes later, here comes Miami again. Cross sent in. Amadeka there until he wasn't. Not able to save the all-important half number 2 coming up here. Again, for those that are just tuning in and wondering what the stakes of this game is, none for Sarasota outside of playing spoiler. They are already eliminated. But for Miami FC, they are in the midst of a absolutely packed wild card scenario with 20 teams still involved, but Miami FC right now is at the top of the picture. 9 goals for. With a half to go, they can easily try and make that 10, 11, dare I say 12. But they have to wait on other results. That Brooklyn game that is tied 1-1 with Rhode Island is a critical game for Miami fans to keep their eye on, for all USL fans to keep their eye on. And then New Mexico versus El Paso, another game that really matters. Declan Waters leading the huddle at halftime for Sarasota, who desperately needs a stronger half. We already see one substitution there. Jordan Bender And Callum Stretch will come in half number 2 for the Paradise. Callum Stretch was a day 1 starter for Sarasota. Started in the 1-0 loss against AC Boise. Then he went to play on the Puerto Rican national team. And after he came back, he kind of lost his spot in the lineup for quite some time. But over the last couple of weeks, Callum Stretch has inserted himself into this lineup just a little bit more. Got the start against the Greenville Triumph. Wednesday's 0-0 draw. And now we'll play what we expect to be the entirety of half number 2 as we are underway. Or maybe not. We will go again. Now we're ready. Half number 2. Does Miami FC have a couple more goals in them to strengthen that goals for category? Lacadia! He was trying to start fast. Wasting no time to fire a shot at Amadeka. Lacadia is such an important piece of this offense. And when we talked to head coach Caston Madoni earlier this week, he said Lacadia and Room made this team so proud at the World Cup. Said it was inspiring to watch them. Miami FC did not do a watch party for the Curacao games, but Tony said that he probably should have gotten the team together to support the collective group that was there, but knows that everybody was supporting wherever they were watching. Calfo. Sent out by Jordan Bender. Enter the Prinx Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. Beginning of the second half here in Sarasota, Florida. 3-0 Miami leads. Goals from Tunbridge, Diaz, and Rocha. Tulu. You see some spots on the pitch, and it looks as if Torrey took a tumble, gets back up, has it down before he dishes it off. Calfo. A lot of rain earlier in the day in Sarasota. Part of the reason that Sarasota doesn't have a lot of home games. The weather in Sarasota during these months is tough to play on. Miami, another good chance. Batted around and sent away. Ethan Bryant has it. Torrey able to dispossess Bryant and win back possession for Miami. Lacadia. Tunbridge tries to squeeze around, cannot do so. Intercepted by Kruger. Now here is McLaughlin. McLaughlin chips this over, but no problem for Rome. Was trying to find Kruger, who just made the nice defensive play, made the effort to make the run, but a poor pass there. Miami lucky to get away with that. Miami can afford to play comfortable. The tiebreaker for the wild card is goals for, not goal differential, and that is important to note because Miami can play a full attacking style. They can afford right now to allow a goal by being more aggressive on the attacking front. So you wonder as this game goes along, how much will you see Miami leave that back line vulnerable? Here's Pedersen. Reed Valentine. Adam Ken. Sonora. Miami flip side, it's Diaz. Good play from Adam Ken, able to force Miami back. Only as far as Tulu, who places back. Pass is squeezed through there to Tunbridge. Out to Diaz. Lacadia looking around. It's up with Diaz again. Tulu with some space. That's deflected. Sarasota a chance to break. See if Sarasota can make something of this possession. Created just a couple of opportunities in half number one. One that really tested Eloy Room, but other than that, they have not given the standout World Cup performer much of an issue. O'Dwyer. Kend unable to control. Falls back to Valentine, now Waters. Bryant. Trying to pick out the run of Jordan Bender, but not able to get there. Here is Bender now. Bender weaving his way through, gave it a shot, but that deflects right at about the 18. Tunbridge, one-on-one with Kent, able to get around. Tunbridge right at the byline, gets it dispossessed. Sarasota takes over. Kruger's pass intercepted. Touch from Torrey, too strong, and a risky challenge as well. Paradise trying to find something. Play it down to McLaughlin. Battling with Tulu, and Tulu will win that battle. Impressive job to stay in front of McLaughlin. Tunbridge looked to send that down, but unable to. There is McLaughlin again, once again with Tulu on him. Kruger. Create something special with the Nicholas family of companies. From multifamily to multi-use fields, Nicholas builds communities across Florida, Illinois, and Wisconsin. '55th minute. Miami still on top, 3-0. Challenge, no whistle initially. Referee took his time, but it is a free kick to Miami FC. Torrey under some duress. Able to backload it to Tulu. Back for room. Ethan Bryant. Now Kruger. Kruger assesses his options. Plays to Adam Kend. Crosses this in. And it is sent away out for a corner. So Ethan Bryant will make his run over to take this corner kick. All Paradise corner kicks are brought to you by Sarasota. Sarasota, let us manage your technology.
You know what time it is? Get on your feet for a Sarasota corner kick.
Bryant towards the back post. It will just barely graze the head of a Paradise player and go out for a goal kick. On that corner kick, you saw Sander Road talking to Miguel Lavara. Have to assume that Sander Road will be coming in soon for the Paradise. Sander Road currently tied with two other players with 6 assists in League One. All tied for first. Sander Road on pace to break the record of his teammate, Jonathan Bolaños, who has a League One all-time record of 11 assists in one season. Here's Brendan Kruger as Sarasota tries to find their way on the board. Dispossessed nicely. Torrey has dealt with pressure his way well. Now here's Rocha, already has 1 goal. Lacadia gave a run, but he finds Diaz instead. Diaz! We tried to go to the right. And he probably regrets that decision. Reed Valentine came in and would have to imagine Diaz gave a look and decided he would try his luck on the right. There is Sander Road. One of the guys that Miguel Lavara says he has a personal development plan for. Pictures him as a big part of the future of this club. And the Paradise really see his impact on the field. He was out a lot during the months of April. And it affected Sarasota. Here's Lacadia, 4. Miami's pouring it on. And these could be the goals that are the difference maker in possibly clinching the 1 wild card spot. Once again, Amadeka put in a spot where he was alone, and what a pass that was from Rocha. And there's not a lot that Amadeka can do about that. 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers. Tunbridge, Diaz, Rocha, and now Lacadia. Sarasota just scratching their head, looking for answers right now. There's Jordan Bender. Now Sonder Road. McLaughlin. Now Kent. Dwyer. Declan Waters will give it a go. Not a shot you see Declan Waters take often. World-class beaches, vibrant arts and culture, pro-level play. Keep the energy going and discover what's happening around town at visitsarasota.com. Diaz. Now Tunbridge. Can Miami do it again? Great pass. Diaz waits. And it will go out for a corner. Oh, Dwyer thought he might have saved it. And another chance here for Miami. Brooklyn and Rhode Island are still tied at 1. And if that result holds, it would be massive for Miami. And it's 5! And it's another new goal scorer. Five to nothing, Miami. Dalton Knutson. Bounced right to him and just pounded it in. Just a rocket of a shot from that distance. And again, Amadeka in a position where he just can't do much about it. And for Miami fans, this is about as perfect of a scenario that you could have drawn up. 5 to nothing. Talk about putting yourself in the best possible situation. There's still 27 minutes to go. Sonder Road. Kruger! No, and the follow is also no good from Jordan Bender. Good chance there from Brandon Kruger to get his first in a Paradise uniform. You'll see the creativity there from Sonder Road. Perfect pass. But Room had no problem with it. The referee will come talk to Declan Waters. No card, but a warning at that. 65th minute. 5-0 the score, Miami. They have nearly matched their goals for from the first 3 games combined. They came in with 6. This is a Miami side that has been able to do well and stay well despite losing room in LaConia for about a month due to the World Cup. And now position themselves nicely for a possible wild card spot. One of those moments during some success for Miami FC was a road trip that they took as they press on again here. LaConia gets his pass intercepted. Brennan Kruger's done a nice job today getting in between some good offensive attacks for Miami, which there have been a lot of. Pedersen. And stretch. Coming this Monday, July 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Prinx USL Cup knockout draw quarterfinal shows. USL Dan Lucas and broadcast analyst Devin Kerr will select the matchups from 7 group winners and the wild card Monday at 1 p.m. live on USL's YouTube channel. And that is a live stream that many Miami fans might be tuning into. Couple of results to finish here today, but in a great spot at the moment. Sarasota trying to find their first. Here is Callum Stretch. Now to Garrett McLaughlin. Let's just go through to Pedersen, and Pedersen with his hands in the air, just not on the same page with Jordan Bender. Was looking for the give and go. And 2 substitutions coming for Miami FC. Rodrigo Da Costa, along with Ndugo. And 1 substitution for the Paradise, which is brought to you by Shoemakers Attorneys and Advisors. Over 300 attorneys and advisors helping move your business forward with confidence. It is Amadeus. Amadeus, a regular starter for this USL 1 Sarasota side. Came in right after the season started and has been a nice add-on for this Paradise defense, who has not had their way tonight. No way around that, but this is a side in Miami that you knew was going to come out firing. Not that it's an excuse, but Miami does have everything to play for in this exact scenario. They need goals, and they need as many as they can find. Was Da Costa. Now Rocha. Torrey. Tulu. a great decision by Diaz to let that go. Here's DaCosta. Pass went through to Indigo, but was dispossessed. And out for a Sarasota throw. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-support.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Here's Brendan Kruger. Second shot at goal. Not able to squeeze that one towards the right post. Another good look for Kruger. Probably would have had a room beat if he was able to steer that on goal. Brendan Kruger grew up playing club soccer just 40 minutes north in Clearwater, Florida. A lot of familiarity with this area and on this pitch, even prior to his days with the Paradise. 71st minute. 5 goals, 5 different goal scores for Miami FC. 3 in half one. They've added 2 in half number 2. They are looking to add more. Kruger once again gets in the way of a pass. But Miami able to stick with it. Here's Torrey. Across to Tulu. It's a nice pass. Tulu, a low cross in. Falls to Diaz. Sonora, great ball in. Amateka able to deny. Nobody there for the follow-up. This is going to be a corner kick to Miami. By far and away the biggest test that the young goalkeeper Roxanne Amateka has faced. Amateka just turned 19. Product from Ghana. Has looked impressive during his time with Sarasota. Miami has thrown everything and more. Another chance blooming, but is sent away. McLaughlin got creative to try and get around Torrey, but unable to do so. Nothing working offensively for Sarasota. You can see it in Miami. They are playing everybody up. They know how much those goals mean. Torrey. Now Diaz. Sonora. Pressed by Sonder Road. Tulu. Earlier this week, we talked to Gaston Madoni about some of his favorite moments of the season. He talked about the day-to-day with his team and getting to watch these guys grow and compete. But something else that he mentioned was on a road trip earlier to Oakland. He asked if he could be honest about what his favorite moment of the season was, and he said his favorite moment was a trip to Alcatraz. He says he is fascinated by the history of the jail. A fun fact about Gaston Madoni, who has by far and away proven that he has his team ready for this game. And any wonder if this finishing in the attacking third was going to translate to this game has been completely wiped away. You would not think this is a team that biggest worry coming into this game was, could they finish in the final third? Because they have been every bit of clinical. Sent away. Sonora. Miami sets up again. Dongo is looking for Sonora. Callum Stretch able to shield him off. As the Paradise try and build a counterattack here. O'Dwyer trying to weave around. No whistle from the referee as Sander Road tries to weave around, and they will call a foul against Miami as another substitute looks to come on for the Paradise. Paradise substitutions are brought to you by Shoemakers, Attorneys, and Advisors. Over 300 attorneys and advisors helping move your business forward with confidence. It's Emiliano Terzaghi, the leading goal scorer in USL 1 history. Came to the Paradise at the beginning of June, came on versus Union Omaha and scored the opening goal in the 55th minute. It's the only goal he scored so far with Sarasota in his limited time, but it's a guy that head coach Mikel Navarro was super glad to bring in, obviously an extensive amount of time at Richmond. And when he returned to Richmond on July 3rd, along with many players from this Paradise side, you have Ethan Bryant, Jonathan Bolaños, just to name a few, along with Chandler O'Dwyer. Obviously, he is such a staple at Richmond, and the Red Army, one of the best supporting groups in USL League One, gave Emiliano Terzaghi a very warm welcome back home. But Terzaghi has found a new home after not being able to find his footing in Portland, where he signed at the beginning of the season. Actually played against the Paradise back on March 28th. It didn't work out, and it's safe to say so far that Sarasota has made it work out with Emiliano Terzaghi. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. You see Roxanne Amadeka down on the ground. The 19-year-old goalkeeper who has allowed 5 past, and there was one goal where Roach just shot it right at him and he wasn't able to make the save that he probably should have. But a lot of these other goals, a penalty, 2 shots in one-on-one situations where There's not a lot you can do as a goalkeeper other than throw your body out and hope it deflects. This is a learning moment for the 19-year-old. A much better day for the 37-year-old Eloy Room. No goals allowed. Only a couple saves have had to be made. Shot denied here in half number 2 when Brendan Kruger gave it a go. Marcin Amadeka gives the thumbs up. As you see Room back on your screen. Room was excited when Miami gave him the call back in 2025. Him and his wife had actually moved to Miami just because they love the area so much. And when Miami called, it was easy to say yes. He said he was obviously hoping for an MLS side, but when Room met with Miami and began to talk about the plans of the club, one of them building a 15,000 seat stadium, state-of-the-art stadium, and just the plans that the club had in general, said that he felt on board and decided to sign a 2-year deal with the 3rd year as an option. And there's no doubt that Room has brought attention to the USL Championship. A lot of talent in this league, and sometimes it's that hidden talent. Room just the recent example. Room saw his Instagram followers go up by millions after the game. Many texts from younger fans saying that his play inspired them. He said that meant a whole lot. Says he hasn't had a whole lot of time to really process everything. Still says he hasn't processed everything. And that's hard when you have to come back to your club after only 4 days after your World Cup journey comes to an end. 82nd minute, Miami still leads 5-0. See if they have anything else up their sleeve to try and add on to this goals for. Here's Jordan Bender to Sander Road. One more. Falls back. And it is just on the outside of the goal. A couple fans in the stadium thought it went in. Good chance here. Kind of just took a deflection off Pedersen's foot. Found Bender, but Bender was not able to slot one past Room. Diaz. That is a wonderful challenge there from stretch, but it ends up with DaCosta, who is taken away by Pedersen and out for a goal kick. Still 1-1 in the Brooklyn, Rhode Island game. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, goes head-to-head with the 2025 Players' Shield winner, Louisville City FC. In a must-watch match of the summer, 2 elite clubs, 1 massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action on CBS at noon Eastern on July 18th. Here's Declan Waters trying to squeeze that through to Terzaghi, unable to do so. Miami FC will look to break now. And Dongo Has a waiting to Costa. Cross, denied entry. Waters will send it down. But Miami FC able to retain possession. Diaz across, loose, and cleared away. Room will come up to tap it back. Miami FC up 5-0, foot on the gas. And another injury, and this time it's to the captain, Declan Waters. Declan Waters, the most minutes by far on this Sarasota Paradise side this season. Came over from Chattanooga last year. And there is Mika Elavara as he talks with his staff. Not the result that Elavara envisioned for this game, but if there's any game to have a 5-0 falter, it is this game to have it. In the grand scheme of things, Sarasota could be winning 5-0, and it wouldn't have an impact on the Prinx Towers USL Cup. That's not to say that this game doesn't matter for Sarasota, but this is a much better result in Cup play than League play. And when they return to League play on August 1st, as Garcia will come in for Miami, it's an imperative game for Sarasota. A battle with FC Naples, not only is that a rivalry game, but you begin to try and make a push for the playoffs in the second half. You're already playing catch up. Played a lot more games than the majority of USL League One. You're also playing a side that is 1 point behind you. So defending your home turf and picking up 3 points is super important. And again, Sarasota will have 21 days off. Their next game comes obviously on that August 1st. They do have a couple friendlies during that time on July 26th and July 29th, but no games that will count in the record book until August 1st. And Dungo gets dispossessed by Amadeus. Here's O'Dwyer, now Kruger. Terzaghi shoved to the ground there by Tulu. And that's going to be a card. Amadeus. Now to Amadeka. Terzaghi battling and will win a free kick. Chance here for Sarasota to possibly put a dent into this scoreboard. Sander Rowe, the dangerous free kick specialist, will line it up. And this is sent out for a corner kick. DaCosta got ahead on it. Pedersen makes his way over for this Saramana corner kick. Saramana, let us manage your technology.
Paradise fans, get loud for Saramana corner kick!
Here's Kruger. Nearly lost it. 2 minutes of stoppage time. The referee blew his whistle. Hold on a minute. All in all, it will be a Sarasota throw. Terzaghi. And it will go out for a Miami throw. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XMFC 157 and the Sirius XM app. And on go, Miami maybe looking to add one more late. Nobody there at the back post. Amadeka goes way out. Directs Bender on. McLaughlin pulled, brought down, immediate yellow. Garrett McLaughlin down in some pain. A tough night for Sarasota. There's no doubt about that. And that 21-day break probably comes at the perfect time. They've been 4-2-2 in their last 8 games in all competition. But tonight has been a hit to that record. There is the full-time whistle, and Miami FC has put themselves in quite the position. A 5-0 win for Gaston Madoni's side, who eye the prize of a wild card berth. 5 goals from 5 players in a game that results were basically already decided 30 minutes into the game. And then from there, it was just how many would it be for Miami? The answer is 5, and that is our final score here in Sarasota, Florida. Room keeps a clean sheet. An impressive performance from the World Cup goalie. We'll go to break. We'll take a look at some more scores. We'll take a look at the highlights. Miami FC, 5-0 win. They could be playing in the wild card. Lots still to go. Welcome back to Paradise, where Miami FC celebrates, and now they await. Paradise go to say a thank you to their fans. 5-0. Must play the waiting game now. But they have put themselves in quite the position. A possible berth in the wild card could be coming in the coming hours. We'll turn now to the rest of the slate. Miami did their job. Now they await the pending results. 5-0, your final score.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.